Hello Fit Vegans, or soon to be one. I'm sitting here with Katrina, and today we're going to be talking how Katrina lost 28 pounds. So Katrina is a busy vegan mom, lost 28 pounds in the last 6 months of us working together. Katrina, very nice to have you here and welcome to the Hall of Fame. How are you doing?
Hi, Florian. How are you?
Cool, I'm doing fantastic. So Katrina, let's take us back to before working together. All right, so before you started, the Fit Vegan Evolution program, the program that we have, how was your life like? Tell me a bit more about the frustrations that you have. Tell me a bit more like how your life looked like before kind of starting to work with us.
Okay, well, I felt that my overall health was a mess. It was very hard to focus at work. I was getting dizzy. I had chronic dehydration. Also, I was, pretty heavy. I had a lot of excess fat, and it was summertime. I wanted to be able to take my child to the pool, and I felt uncomfortable and embarrassed to wear a bathing suit. So that was mainly, the prompt, those two things, not being able to focus at work, feeling overall unhealthy and embarrassed about the way my body was.
Thank you. Was it kind of a culmination of a multitude of factors? Was it kind of gradual build up for you to decide, hey, look, I really want to get this dialed in? Or was it like one moment where you decided, hey, look, I kind of want to see and kind of fix this? Tell me more about that.
So I had been seeing Florian's posts on Facebook, and he was my friend because he's vegan, and he talked about fitness a lot. So I had been seeing the post for quite some time, probably 6 months to 1 year prior. I just finally decided to try it out because I knew I had a lot of weight to lose and I didn't really have much time. So I wanted to get it done quickly. I knew I needed help. And that's what finally prompted me to call Florian and try it out.
All right.
I didn't have anything to lose.
Right. That's sort of like to say, like, nothing to lose and everything to gain. Right. That's kind of a good mental kind of frame of mind when it comes kind of to hiring a coach or going for coaching. So what was kind of the moment when you realized that you needed help? Right. Can you kind of talk to me a little bit about that? I mean, there's a few things, was it kind of the moment where you kind of understood that you feel embarrassed in a kind of just thinking about being in a bathing suit, or kind of what was kind of the moment that you realized, hey, I kind of need help? Tell me more about that.
Well, I went to my doctors because I was feeling dizzy. And when they took my blood pressure, it was like 83/49, something very low. And she said, you're just very dehydrated. And so, I started drinking water and she suggested Gatorade. But I knew that my overall health was not good. I was at the point where my life was so stressful that I could eat an entire big bag of potato chips in one sitting. And I just wanted to feel good again. I wanted to feel healthy. So that's really what prompted everything. I wanted to invest in myself for a change.
All right. And I'm glad you did so. Katrina, good to have you here. So tell me a bit more, like a few months later, right? You decided, hey, look, my life is not as good as I wished. I decided to go for the coaching. Now, like 6 months later, you're 28 pounds down. Like, how has your life changed? Tell me more about that.
I mean, it's a complete 180. I'm fitting into sizes that I thought were impossible to fit in. I'm wearing shorts right now that are size 0, and I had never ever been able to fit in a size 0. I just visited my family in the Philippines last week, and they were completely amazed. You know, like I said, being bikini ready it's just so liberating to know that I can wear anything and look good. I don't have to worry about it. You know, I can easily look around in the room and know that I'm one of the fittest people there. And Florian had talked about how just being fit, like, it just elevates your status. Like, you know, people don't even know you. They just look at you and they know and they already have respect for you because you're more fit. So that's life-changing.
Cool. Awesome. It's not how the world kind of should work, but it's how the world does work, right? It's like I think we all like to believe that, you know, like, you know, everyone has kind of the same status, but like when you actually get in shape, you understand like how people actually treat you completely different, right? You can go to a pool, you can go to, you know, the beach. It's just like, you know, with regular clothes as well, if they're well-fitting, kind of people, you know, pay attention, like, wow, there's a person coming in that is in fantastic shape. Right? I kind of wonder kind of what the person is all about. It's an interesting kind of phenomena, right? And it almost takes you kind of to experience that different kind of lifestyle to understand, like, wow, all right, that's actually what I've been missing out on, right? So
yeah. Even more so as a mom, because a lot of moms, because we spend so much time taking care of another person, you know, our children, that we tend to neglect ourselves. And so for another mom to look at me and say, wow, like, she has a young kid like me and she's fit, like, how did she do that? You know, how does she find time to do that? And that's what the amazing part is about this program. You know, it was all about the strategy.
Awesome. Because you can have the motivation, right? But if you don't have the right strategy, for you to have the certainty that you get the best results for your time and effort applied, it's kind of like you're constantly feeling like, am I actually moving in the right direction or not? Am I wasting my time, right?
Right.
And you implement the strategy there kind of quite well. Then we said, how for you, Katrina? So well done. Katrina, let me ask you, do you think it was possible for you to get those results that you're seeing right now, kind of before kind of starting to work together 6 months ago?
Man, my original goal was 118 pounds. So from 130 to 118, I thought, okay, that sounds reasonable. And, you know, as the weight started to go down and I hit 118, I thought, you know, I'm not done yet. This is just the beginning. I'm at my supposed goal, but there was so much more to lose. And so I just kept going, you know, same strategy, kept going. And, you know, I mean, up until now, it's still working, you know, to the point where Florian's like, whoa, we need to we need to go into maintenance mode now. We need to eat a little bit more and you know, work on toning now. So that's where I'm at.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I did not think, I really did not think I could get this far. I mean, you know, I had that confidence in myself that I can push it a little further. My goal is a 19 BMI, and I'm pretty much already there. So I'm really happy that I know how to do it now. You know, even if I gain a few pounds, I know how to lose it in a few days.
I think that's even more liberating, right? Not only the goal achievement part, but also to understand if this is done, the goal is achieved, right? And that's kind of truly a good strategy when you can clearly see, okay, if I do this, this, and this, I get this, right? Yeah. And that kind of gives you the confidence also, not only in your body, but for you to know, hey, look, I can always replicate this. I can always replicate this. Let's say it's the holidays. I'm not as kind of good as I should be. Exactly. The next month afterwards, you know, the goal is dialed in again, right? And that's kind of truly the magic behind all of this.
Yeah, and it's great because you don't have, it's not really that restrictive if you think about it, because you're gonna have days where you have, I get the holidays or a celebration, or eat a little bit more, but it's okay because you can lose it in a few days. It's fine.
So, Katrina, let me ask you, would you recommend others to work with us at fitvegan.scom?
100%. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm just sitting, people watching, and I'm thinking, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I think now. Oh, you have a little bit of fat to lose. I can see that if you just did this program, you could be fit. Like, nobody is excluded. But of course, it is tailored to vegans. I have meat eater coworkers asking me, how do you do this? What is the requirements? I'm like, well, it's tailored to vegans. So you kind of have to go vegan. And they're always so hesitant because they're like, oh, no, I can never do that. I can never do that. But look at what they're missing out on. In fact, one of my coworkers decided to go ahead and hire a coach. And she described to me her program, completely different. And I'm thinking, let's see how well you do. And it's not the program that I signed up for sure. And she's still eating unhealthy foods and doing a lot of circuit training, cardio, which is not at all part of my program.
It's actually and people are very surprised when they see like how little exercise they need to do. Right? Because most people think like, oh, the best way to lose fat is just do this crazy kind of workout schedule, but you cannot outtrain a bad diet, right? You should focus kind of on the nutrition part that gives you the best kind of bang for your buck, right? Exercise is a nice to have and important. Maintain the muscle mass along the way, kind of as a kind of sneak peek into the program, but the key thing there is the nutrition aspect, because that is truly kind of where fit bodies are made.
Right. I have coworkers who are very obese and they're doing intermittent fasting, and I just have to shake my head because it's not going to work out for you. You're going to be doing that for a long time, and they're really depriving themselves. And all I say is there's a better way. There's a better way.
So Katrina, let me ask you, let's say a person is like watching this video and the person is already a vegan. Right? So let's imagine the person might be the perfect fit for this program, but it's just hesitant, and that is kind of normal, or hesitant or skeptic, right? Because that is a normal part of us humans, right? Whenever we kind of see something new that almost sounds too good to be true, we feel like, hey, look, I'm not sure, if I should actually go for it. What would you tell that person? Right? Let's say old Katrina, or old Katrina meaning 6 months ago, is watching a video like this. What would you tell her, right, to kind of get her over the edge? Tell me more about that.
So I would say that this was the best investment I've ever made, like, for myself. If someone told me, hey, invest X amount of money and in 6 months you'll be in the best shape of your life. Really? I would pay that like this. This is where I am right now, 6 months later. And the amount of money that I spent was like nothing. It was It was completely worth it. You know, the best money I've ever spent in my life. That's what I would say. I would just do it, stick with the program, you know, trust the process, and you'll get there.
Cool.
100% worth it.
Very nice words. Thank you so much, Katrina. So, Katrina, these were all the questions that I have kind of on my side. Do you have any other thing that you want to mention, let's say, to kind of another vegan that is kind of watching this video, or where you feel like, hey, look, this is important kind of for us to touch base kind of before we end the interview? If any thoughts or questions which you want to share?
I just want to say that this program is not just about weight loss. It also is about looking at your behaviors, which is a very nice aspect to it. You learn a lot about yourself. And in the Zoom meetings, you get to listen to other people's struggles and learn from that. And really, the main theme is that the barrier really is yourself. Because, I mean, I could sit here and say it was all easy. When, for the most part, if you do follow it, it is, but there are still some challenges. You know, that there's still those temptations where, you know, even if it's waking up early enough in the morning to get to the gym, you know, these are all like mind barriers, which, you know, Florian does a really good job at touching on how your thoughts are the main barriers to progress. And you learn a lot. It's not just about weight loss. You learn a lot about life, psychology. So it's a really good program. I highly recommend it.
Thank you so much, Katrina, for the nice words. And it's been a pleasure kind of to be working with you over the last kind of few months. Your kind of results speak for themselves. I mean, these are exceptional results. So you should pat yourself on the kind of shoulders. Yeah, so the kind of fellow vegans that are watching this, if this is of remote interest, then feel free to kind of schedule a call or download the free book if you haven't done that already. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day. And Katrina, thanks again for having me here. You're awesome. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you, Florian.